across things where the sound is not satisfactory, we'll talk about it. You know what I'm noticing? Just overall, remember how we talked about this motion versus this motion? You're doing a great job of adjusting. So we talked kind of about how Mr. Eric really liked this dropped wrist and fingers curved. It's really hard on my body. And we don't have any muscles in our fingers, you know, so the tendons are doing all the work, so you're already exacerbating the natural motion of your hand. So for me, I've always just wanted to use arm weight and gravity, because we've got plenty of those things. And you have more than that too. So it looks a lot better, but just keep looking out. If something hurts or twists, it probably isn't right, okay? Okay, from the top. I should also tell you, sometimes I go like this. This is me telling you to start from the beginning. Go on to the second part. That was good. Are you smiling because you're happy? I think you should be happy too. I heard more ring and your cello doing the work for you than you've ever done before. So let's keep working on that because it's excellent. Do you know one thing that's getting in your way of being consistent? I see you adjusting it, so I think you're aware of it. We just have to say it. Yeah, what is it? Yeah, what's happening there for you? Because I see you adjusting. So, have you figured out and like kind of observed what's going on?
I think maybe I'm pushing too hard on pinkies, so like that.
Okay. Yeah, something's happening that it's not quite firmed up, is it? And it shouldn't go anywhere, hopefully. Like you can reset. Huh. Okay, so we talked about, where's your thumb going now? Because we kind of changed it a little bit from, so are you in the crook and you're feeling kind of this little, let's just take some time. Because the sound is great, so we just don't want your, so remember what we talked about, is that maybe rather than on the flat part of your thumb, it's going to be on the edge. Do you see how that grabs a little bit more? And that gives, for me, a little bit more bow control. How do you hold your pencil when you write? Can I see?
Can I borrow a
Pen or pencil? Okay, so Ricky, let's just write your name. Do you have your name in your book? Okay, let's just write your name in your book, even though we know. But let's just watch how you're doing it, because sometimes that tells me a lot about how you're. Okay, So it looks like you're using, so like when I'm holding this, I actually kind of do it a lot like my bow hold. I have my tripod grip, and I'm using a little bit on the side of my pen, so L-O for your last name. So I have a little bit of rotation here, and then these two. But the bow hold is kind of similar. So I think that for you, you're just using a little more of the flat part of your thumb, and I'm going to ask you to use a little bit more of the side part of your thumb. So let's take a look, and here, we'll hand this back to your grandma. And there's nothing wrong with how you're writing, it's just that that's where his hand is, and so that's where the control is. But it might just be a shift, and did you know that's what you call your tripod grip? You have really nice handwriting too, by the way, so sometimes I ask people to write things, I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't decipher it. You should draw a little bit more. Do you like to draw? Definitely draw a little bit more. It's like, it's gonna change your bowing. Not here. But do you see how much control you have? That's what we're looking for.
Okay.
Let's try it with your bow.
Can I have a pen?
Yeah, your grandma needs
Write
it.
that down.
Yeah. You should draw, like, a little bit more. Like, not over your music and not, but, I feel like kids don't write as much today, actually, which makes it a different, like, even cursive.
Mm-hmm.
Like, those motions really help with bowings, so. Okay, go ahead and bring your cello up, and we're just gonna spend some time on it. Do you remember the animal I told you to think about for your bow hold? It's kind of the most fascinating thing to me. Like, they have these like tree frogs. Yeah, the tree frogs. You kind of want to just imagine that they're kind of like suction cups. So let's just take a look again. So just a little more on the side so it grabs there. And then we're just changing the center of balance for your bow grip. Now do you see how it kind of fell down? This might also just be another thing, but have you ever noticed that your hands kind of get sweaty more than usual? Okay, that also changes things too. So it might be worthwhile for us getting just something that grounds your bow hold a little bit more, because if your hands get sweaty, that's something we can't prevent. So putting something there. I like the way that you drop this down though. That's lower than I've ever seen, and I think it'll help keep it sticky. Can we try playing with that just kind of modified? Okay. Can you start for me here? Have you been practicing your dribbles? That was good. Try your G string and your E string. That was great. That's nice. Good. So being able to direct it is important. We'll come back to that, but can you do this part for me so I can watch your bow hold and how it grabs? Focus on making some kind of touch points, touchstones maybe, can't think of a better word for it, but try to just keep your middle finger to the metal, because your bow hold looked great that whole entire time. It did slide a little bit and then you tried to correct it, but it didn't go as far as it has been. Yeah, it just seems like your hands just get a little sweaty, and I had some people, like I think it's called hyperhidrosis, where like they had like unusually sweaty hands. It's a thing. Maybe you don't have it, but entirely, but it just seems like you're kind of going like this a lot. So maybe it would help to have just a little rubber tube or something, just to help with the grip. But I think we can, that's like a last resort. I don't think we necessarily need to until for you, use lower knuckles. So I have, rather than violin style where they use about one knuckle and then pinky on the stick, go down to just with draping fingers. You have out there. Your hand is different. Now see, I've moved your hand is different. That's weird. So if I said middle to the middle, it seems too low. You just got long fingers too. Does that feel like it's gravitationally feeling okay? This is nice and tall. This feels really strong now. See if you can make it a little more firm for me on the left. Ah, that's super strong. Do you feel the difference? Okay, relax it for me. Yeah, squishy. Now firm it up. Yeah, do you see how can you tell that you firm it and then you relax it? It's small, but it's really important. That's where a lot of power comes from in our sound. And I think maybe it's just not as engaged, but it's really strong. That's kind of your ulnar side of your. It's really good. So I think that just didn't feel as engaged before, but that looks really good. So a little more knuckle depth for your bow hold, stronger firmer muscle side here, and I think this will help. But your sound sounded really good. That was a success. I would say that was a complete and total improvement. Okay, the bowings on here are not as confusing, are they? There's a lot of back and forth. So let's not worry about the bowings. Let's keep polishing this. But my goal is that, let's get this to a point where you feel really proud of this and we're ready to play it in December. And I think the biggest thing is the bowings here. Your articulation sounds really nice and dynamics here. So our goal for here, bowings here, memory, first half. Is it basically memorized? Okay, well, so it'll be a pretty attainable goal for a week from now. Have you been listening a lot to it? I kind of sometimes don't agree with their articulations and stuff. So I'd say, can you listen to maybe one other recording? Just for your own, that's a listening extra assignment.
Thank you.
Yeah, we're done. Can I hear can I keep up for, can I hear a little more, just enough Bach so I'm satisfied with getting to hear some Bach today? Oh, that's still first position. And then, did I leave you a straight line? Oh my goodness, I don't even know. Oh, Mr. Eric wrote a different fingering. Can I check it? That's why it feels weird. Two is fine. 3 is also okay, because you have time to show it. It's up to you, but I think maybe it's not the most intuitive to you. So, does that feel weird? And then just a smaller sit. Okay, which one feels better for you? That looks so much easier on your hand. Okay, just don't do the fingering that's there, and do the fingering that feels comfortable. Yeah, see, you missed it. So stay first with an extension. Do it again, and then we'll keep going. I was dying to play this the first time I heard it. And so I'm excited that we're hearing after you. think it's really beautiful, your articulations and everything, how you're approaching it. So, I think we came across that one spot where it was maybe a fingering issue. So here, I just want you to be aware of Bach and how you're using your bow, because sometimes it's going over here and sometimes it's going over there. So anything that any musical intention we have, if it's not working out, most of the time it's not left hand's job, it's a right hand thing. Nothing crazy. When you're, we talked about the punctuation of it. Do you remember at your last lesson? Just, can you play a point where you think there's a question, like there's like a musical statement that sounds like it's asking a question? Yeah, that sounds like a question to me. That sounds. Show me another spot where it might be questioning. Still questioning there? Those D major. I feel like this movement is a lot of questions. Do you feel like there's any points where there's like exclamation or period? Definitely there. It makes sense because it's the end. What do you think? Is it period or ta-da? Exclamation point. I think so too. It's just kind of brilliant. So the phrasing is really nice. I just want you to be careful about how you want to make your sounds, because sometimes it's just scratching a little bit when we want it to be straight. That's mostly it, I think, because the overarching things of your lesson that I want you to think about is what's going on with your bow fold. Our goal is that it doesn't slide as much. It's already a lot better, like, and it stayed down, like before it was pulling up this way, and now it's gone from here, and it's like relatively here. Ah! It sounds actually not that bad. It sounds passable, which is scary. It shouldn't sound. Can I tell you one thing? If you have time on your lesson, C major. See, this is called ricochet. Yeah, I can do it all this way. Down bow, down. How about at least three bounces going down bow. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yes, excellent. Continue. Just one octave. You know what I forgot to do? Remind me next lesson. I didn't do any review of the Suzuki song. And we were supposed to do something in that position. So next time I see you, will you remind me? Be honest, because we have to review. Okay, we should go. It's too fun.